On 32 fall afternoons, on football fields from Pennsylvania to Vermont, Rollie Schmidt led his boys to victory. And he did it his way. When Rollie Schmidt arrived at Wilkes in the fall of 1962, he inherited a football program with a storied past. The Wilkes teams of the 1940s had brought glory to the young college under Coach George Ralston. But by the early 1960s, bright spots were few and far between. Limited facilities, low turnout, and little support hampered the Wilkes Gritters. Rollie Schmidt had been a standout athlete at Coughlin and Bloomsburg State and a coach at Kingston High. His new job at Wilkes kept him busy, teaching 15 classes a week and coaching not just football, but baseball and intramural basketball as well. His coaching philosophy was deceptively simple.
On a football team, you only get one shot at it during the game, and it's a team game where 11 people, offense or defense, have to know their job. And when you're dealing with individuals and they all have to perform the same function at the same moment, and one lets up, and just at that moment the other team, one fellow does a super job, you can really get hurt and lose a ball game or win a ball game. And essentially, I think this is it.
Coach Schmidt didn't fool around, and he didn't grandstand. He quietly but firmly set out to build a football program. And in 1965, the tide began to turn. On a brand new field with a brand new program, the Colonels began to win. As an alumnus of Wilkes College, wrote George Koch of the class of 1961, I feel compelled to express my congratulations to Coach Schmidt, his assistants, and the 1965 Wilkes College football team. They have turned the tide of defeat and made this the year of the Colonel. I'm sure every Wilkes alumnus is standing a bit taller this autumn. As the Golden Horde gained strength, the Colonels made not only the campus, but all of Wilkes-Barre proud. On city sandlots, boys even took on the names of their favorite colonels, imagining themselves as their hometown heroes. The fans cheered, the sports writers raved, the campus celebrated. But Rollie Schmidt maintained his legendary composure and attention to detail.
Well, I believe Coach Schmidt was the most cerebral coach in the way he approached the game I've ever played with in any sport. He felt due diligence on deciding and determining how we should prepare for another team was real important. I know that he and the other coaches watched hours and hours of film to help us prepare, and that was the operative term, preparation. I don't think he was not the drill instructor type of coach who just wanted to run you into the ground, although there were other assistant coaches who did that job pretty well. But he wanted to make sure that we really understood the tendencies of the other teams, what we were most likely to see, and we were really well prepared.
On game day, the locker room was quiet, the Sunday Independent reported, with players holding little huddles. The talk was all about football. While you could feel some tension, but not as much as one would expect. It was a relaxed atmosphere, but one of supreme confidence. That confidence was born of hard work and preparation, and it paid off. The Golden Horde racked up the wins, 2 Lambert Bowls, 5 Middle Atlantic Conference championships, and the longest winning streak in the country, 32 games between 1965 and 1969. Yet Coach Schmidt kept it all in perspective. I firmly believe football should be fun for these boys, Rollie said. I want my players to enjoy their college careers, and enjoy it they did.
But it was amazing. You would go to these little schools, Delaware Valley, Lycoming, and so forth, and there'd be all these people with banners, and they'd be tailgating, and they'd be having this great time. And we'd come in. I can only assume they scheduled us to be the doormat, and we just beat them up.
After one championship game, the jubilant Colonels tossed Coach Schmidt and his assistants, John Rollins, Jonah Gubick, and Chuck Andonisio, into the showers as part of the victory celebration. I'll say one thing, said Coach Schmidt, we've got the cleanest crew around. The late 1960s were difficult times for the country as the Vietnam War and changing social mores rocked college campuses. Yet the Golden Horde and their workmanlike coach showed the world that timeless values, hard work, humility, discipline, were alive and well in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. For Rollie's boys, those values have shaped their lives and countless lives they've touched.
That because we worked together, big things were able to happen. And that's the whole essence of what's going on in the corporate world now, people being able to work together in teams. It's as if education has discovered it, and sports always knew it, that if you learn how to pass the ball, block for somebody else, you can be a part of something really extraordinary. And that was drilled into me early on. And when I became a leader of an academic institution, I passed it on.
Those values shaped Wilkes athletics through the years, and they continue today. As the Colonels put their strength to the test against longtime rivals, Muhlenberg, Lebanon Valley, Albright, they are learning the lessons that will serve them well for a lifetime. Pride and poise, now and forever.